today at the generous invitation of the fastest relic hunter in the South. That's what I call Jake Murdock. He has a channel on YouTube. I'll post a link. Thank you for the invitation.
Absolutely, man.
Have you done any good?
I got 6 or 7 bullets. Round ball, mostly fired 3-ringers.
So the story is you ended up here because you have an ancestor who fought on this very ground.
Right. So I like to find pieces in battlefields where I have a direct relationship to someone that was there. So I had a 4th great-grandfather. He was in a North Carolina unit. During the Battle of Gaines Mill, they were in this area here. That's what I really like doing is you have a personal connection with stuff you're finding, you know. And then I had another 4th great-grandfather. He was in the 6th North Carolina. He was wounded at Cold Harbor.
Wow.
Just right around the bend. So.
Hold out your hand. You're gonna love it.
All right.
Oh, that's we're back in Cold Harbor today, and I'm hunting a permission I've never hunted before, right on the edge of some of the hottest battle action that took place here. There are some really nice earthworks that have been left undisturbed. These are the earthworks in front of me, and then there are more beyond me. They appear to be artillery emplacements. I got a signal down here in the bottom of one of these earthworks, and we'll take a look and see what this might be. Right, it's in the hole. Piece of wood. Huh. Little ring, it's in the wood. Oh, it sure is. So that looks about the right age. They would pile trees on top of the trenches for more protection, and sometimes when a bullet would hit the wood, it would almost make a natural knot. That doesn't feel heavy enough to have a 58 caliber bullet in it. We'll have to split this wood open when we get home and see if we get lucky. I don't think that's heavy enough for a 58. We'll see. Oh, looky there. Fired Gardner down deep in this trench. That's a Confederate bullet, of course. So let me see what's in this hole. It's a weird signal. All right, I see rust, but when I'm on a Civil War battlefield, rust doesn't bother me at all. All right, I don't know what that is. Oh, I believe that may be an iron case shot. That would be the iron balls inside of a Confederate cannonball that would spread like shrapnel. I'm still working on this trench here, and I got a really good signal right here. One thing I've noticed is there's not a lot of trash here. Uh-oh. Aluminum foil. I jinxed myself. I just said it's not a very trashy place. One thing I've noticed is there's not a lot of trash here. And pulled up aluminum foil. There you go. I think I got a deep iron here. But again, since I'm in a trench, I don't want to skip any iron. There's something in there. And it's deep, I do believe. So let's set to digging. Yep, deep. Nice grape shot. Look at that. Look at that. Awesome. That was deep, my friend. That was deep. My shovel's about 2.5 feet long. So that's about 2 feet down. It was just a whisper too. All right, we got another deep one. Right there. What do we got? Looks like a bullet. Looks like a... There you go. Look at that. Fired 3-ringer. That's telling me there's still a lot in these trenches. It's just so rare that I get a chance to hunt trenches this deep and this pretty. Holy moly, that fast?
On the same hole.
Oh, wow. You sure you ain't got a ground burst down
checking.
there?
I'm spreading out now.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
All right, got a really good signal here, right on top of the trench. You guys that are house site hunters, I know you don't want to dig iron, but on a battlefield, you definitely want to dig iron. I mean, we found grape shot and case shot out here today, as well as bullets. Wow, she must be deep. Ain't no reason for anything to be this deep in the trench, unless it is Civil War. All right, let's listen again. All right, out of the hole. All right, got a little bit of pistol ball, about a 45 caliber probably. All right, this one was shallow and strong, so I'm thinking that it's junk. Yeah. Modern bullet. It was shallow. I got something good, but I've lost it. It's round and it's green. Oh boy. It's there. Oh yeah. It looked like there's something on the back of it. Oh yeah, that's a good button.
I think it's got an A in it.
Oh, and we're in an artillery trench too.
Yeah. You have an Eagle A.
I thought it was a D for a minute. I've never found a dragoon. Now, your, what, 4th great-granddaddy fought here? These Union troops were in this Union artillery trench trying to kill your great-great-great-great-granddaddy.
That's got cloth on it. Look at there.
But that's a good shape eagle right there. That is worth my trip just for that. Now we got some brass. This is the guy that relic hunts like the woods are on fire and he's made out of gasoline.
Sure.
Did you come up with anything? Hot diggity dog, there she is.
I was hoping I was going to find one.
There you go.
I said, well, you found one. There's bound to be more in here.
There's a little energy if you need it.
Thank you.
Because this guy won't stop for lunch. He's a relic hunting machine. Right in the root. Oh, goodness. That's a little one, but it's a tough one. A bullet, I think. 3-ringer. All right. All right, please still be in the hole. Please still be in the hole. Nope. In my hand. Oh, no. Anybody know what this is? Anybody know what that is? What a beautiful pull tab. And got an iron signal in here, but well, there it is right there. Nail. Blasted nail. No, I think another case shot. Yeah, got another little Confederate case shot. All right. I wanted to give you a good view of how deep these trenches are that I'm hunting. You can see how far they go up above me. These are all artillery trenches, which are a whole lot deeper than normal. Right behind the camera and in front of me, that's really where the thick of the fighting took place. We've already done some good. We got some daylight left, but this is just such a spot. It's so rare to find deep trenches anymore that you can still get in that are in private hands. And this place is one of those. And I got a signal here. Where'd it go? Good grief. Would you believe that tiny little thing rang up as an 85? I don't even know what that is. A little piece of brass or something. Shadows are getting long, but we got a deep one here. Wow, all the way in the bottom. Hello. What is that? Let's dig with our hands. This Cold Harbor sand is so easy to dig in. Still in there. Alright, I feel it. Might be a piece of shrapnel. Yep. Piece of like a parrot shell, probably. That's a small frag, but still, I'm happy to have that. Piece of frag or something down in here. You see the rust down in there? Right down there. Probably frag. I think I got it loose yet. It's kind of weird. I don't know what that is. Oh, whatever it is, it just slipped in too. Huh. Alright, we're getting pretty close to the end of the day, and I moved to a different trench line. There's plenty of trenches in this place. And I got a real deep signal here. And I think it's iron. Let's see what it is. Let's get it out of there. Alright, there it is. I'm rubbing on it, and that does not look iron to me. Pretty deep. It looks like a piece of copper pipe. I'll pull it out. Oh, it's a fuse! Oh, and a nice one too. Yeah, what a great way to end the day. Oh, that's as pretty a fuse as you'll see. And that sucker was deep too, man. Man, what a great day this has been. Button, fuse, frag, bullets. Hold out your hand. You're gonna love it.
All right. Oh, that's a fuse.
You darn straight.
Yeah, oh wow, that's in good shape.
Isn't it?
Oh, that's beautiful.
And it was another just whisper. Here, take a look how deep this hole is. Come over here.
That's a beautiful fuse adapter. Man, that was way deep. That's past my elbow.
Yep. It was just a whisper.
Man, that's awesome. I'll tell you, I went over this spot and I left that signal for you.
I know you didn't want me to go home empty-handed.
It's been an artillery day, hasn't it?
It has. Jake has called me over. He's got something.
Funny, because I found one of these earlier. See it?
No, I see lots of acorns. Oh, look at that! Friction primer. Unused.
Half of one.
Yeah, but unused. Laying right on top of the ground?
Yep.
Oh, that's
This has been washed out. That other one I found was right around here.
Can I pick it up?
Yeah. And it was laying around on top of the ground too.
So the legend is right. We are in artillery trenches because that's a friction primer that hadn't been used. Nice.
That's cool.
Nice. I got a good signal right above that fuse I'm going to dig. About 3 feet from the fuse, really good signal in the top of the trench. There it is. Oh. Just the top of a mini ball. I mean, it almost looks carved. I mean, I wouldn't say that's carved, except that I'm in the top of a trench. But I'm still standing in the same place on the trench where I found the fuse and the carved bullet. The fuse was right there. The carved bullet is right where my machine is, and I got another deep signal 6 inches to the left of it. Pull something else out of this trench before we have to go. Now, what kind of bullet is that? It's definitely been... I think I got an infield, Jake. Yeah, that's an infield. The fuse, the infield, and the carved bullet, and this one. See that white down there? Right there. Another 3-ringer. Golly, you got a lot of canister. Man, look at that. 18 iron canister shot and a nice grate. Pieces of 3 friction primers, is that one?
Percussion caps. I got 2 pieces of friction primers.
And one of them laying right on top of the ground.
They're pretty green.
Yep. In case you think I don't dig a lot of trash, there's all my aluminum and nails, and I don't know what that is. Nice grape. I haven't found one of those in a long time. Gardner, 3-ringer, infield, and I found a frag in the trench. And I got 2 canisters compared to Jake's 18. My little eagle with cloth on the back. That is sweet. And then a gorgeous fuse. I am happy as a clam, man. I really appreciate it, man.
Absolutely, man.
It's been fun.
Man, we had so much fun on this hunt today. I want to thank Jake Murdock for the invitation. I found a Confederate fuse adapter today, and I thought it would be a good day to show you a couple of different fuses, but be sure and hang on because I'm going to share with you one of the greatest relic survivors I've ever seen found in a trench. I've got a handful of parts of Borman fuses. These would have gone in cannonballs. One of these has 2 stars on either side of the center of the fuse. That would indicate it was made at the Washington Arsenal. And here is a complete Borman fuse. This fuse would have fit inside the groove of this half cannonball that I have. It just so happens that the cannonball broke along the fuse lines. So it's a great demonstrator for me to show you how a Borman fuse would fit in and then how it would make the shell explode. This is a Schinkel combination fuse. It just means it used a time powder fuse. But if that failed, it had a percussion fuse in it as well, that when the shell hit, the inertia would cause a little sliding piece to fire a percussion cap, and that would explode the shell upon impact. Here are 2 examples of those sliders. They just look like iron cylinders, but they're hollow, or they have a hole through the middle. And in one end, you'll see a little nipple that looks like a musket nipple. And when the shell hit nose first, this would slide forward, the percussion cap would be ignited, and the main powder charge would be ignited. This is a beautiful little fuse because it's just the top, but it is a Schinkel fuse, and it's got the date and the name on the top of the fuse. The center slug that was screwed down into the middle has a depression in the middle of it. If you were to flip it over, you'd see that there's no depression on the other side. This was a safety mechanism, and the centerpiece would be facing inside the shell. If the cannoneer could see that little depression in the top of the shell, he knew the shell was live, it was ready to be fired. This is a good example of a fuse still in a Hotchkiss shell. I want to use this fuse adapter that I found today to show you what I told you, what was, in my opinion, one of the greatest survivors. These are 2 actual unused paper time fuses from the Civil War found in the 1960s in an artillery trench. Obviously, these are paper and black powder. They don't give off a signal for a metal detector. But as my dad was digging in this artillery trench after a signal, he stumbled upon these 2 fuses in that beautiful, clean Cold Harbor sand. And they were preserved so well that you can actually still see the numbers and the hash marks and the wording on the side of these paper fuses. Now, these have swollen a bit in 160 years, so they won't completely fit into the fuse. But the cannoneer, when he was ready to fire the shell, he would place a time fuse down in the fuse. The flames would come around the shell or the cannonball and ignite the end, which you can see is just compressed black powder. The fuse would burn down into the adapter, and then it would set off the main charge. But these 2 fuses, I just think they're the most amazing survivors of the Civil War I've ever seen. But these are those kind of things that are deteriorating so fast on the battlefield, and they're pretty much gone now. I hope you enjoyed being with me. If you liked what you saw today, feel free to like and subscribe. I hope you have some great digs. We'll go relic hunting again. I'm the Battlefield Walker. Until we do, be good and say your prayers.